Walmart's real economic power is not simply that it sells more groceries than almost anyone else. It is that Walmart has built a system where enormous purchasing volume, low prices, fast inventory movement, supplier leverage, stores, memberships, advertising, and digital fulfillment reinforce one another. In fiscal 2026, the company generated more than $713 billion in revenue. Yet the secret is not a spectacular margin on every basket. It is making a small amount of money across an almost unimaginable number of transactions, then adding higher margin businesses around that traffic. The basic retail promise is simple. Customers expect low prices every day. That promise attracts families who buy frequently and compare prices carefully. Walmart does not need every visit to be unusually profitable. It needs customers to return for groceries, household products, pharmacy items, clothing, electronics, and seasonal goods. Food is especially valuable because it creates routine. A television may be purchased once every several years, but milk, bread, fruit, and cleaning supplies bring shoppers back every week. This creates volume, and volume creates bargaining power. A supplier that wants access to Walmart shelves can reach millions of customers, but it must meet demanding standards on price, packaging, delivery, and inventory availability. Walmart can negotiate aggressively because a single purchasing decision can represent enormous orders. Even a tiny reduction in the cost of one popular product becomes meaningful when multiplied across thousands of stores and millions of units. Low purchase costs are only one part of the model. Inventory must move. A product sitting on a shelf ties up cash, occupies space, and risks becoming damaged, outdated, or discounted. Walmart's system uses sales data and forecasting to replenish products quickly while avoiding excessive stock. Faster inventory turnover allows the company to operate with thinner margins because the same shelf and the same dollar of working capital can support repeated sales throughout the year. The physical store network looks like an old-fashioned asset in an online economy, but it has become a strategic advantage. Walmart has more than 10,000 stores and clubs worldwide, many located close to large populations. Those buildings are not only places to shop, they can also function as local warehouses where employees pick online orders for collection or delivery. Instead of building a separate fulfillment center in every community, Walmart can use inventory that is already nearby. That proximity lowers the distance between products and customers. A shopper can order groceries through an app, collect them outside the store, or pay for delivery. The store supplies inventory, parking, cold storage, workers, and a familiar destination. But omni-channel retail is not automatically cheap. Picking individual online orders requires labor. Substitutions frustrate customers. Delivery loses money when routes are inefficient or order values are too low. Technology must coordinate inventory accurately because an app that promises an unavailable product damages trust. Walmart therefore tries to increase order density. When many households in one area place orders, drivers can complete more deliveries with less travel. Paid faster delivery options can create extra revenue. The company can also combine its store footprint, logistics network, and customer data to make fulfillment more efficient. The economics improve when digital sales use existing assets productively rather than creating an entirely separate cost structure. Sam's Club adds another model. Members pay an annual fee for access to warehouse clubs offering limited selections, larger package sizes, and competitive prices. Membership fees are attractive because they arrive before the customer buys a product and can recur every year. The fee also encourages loyalty. Once someone is paid to join, shopping at the club feels like using a benefit already purchased. A warehouse club carries fewer product varieties than a supercenter. That simplicity can improve purchasing and operations. Large volumes of a smaller number of items make replenishment easier and strengthen supplier negotiations. Products may remain on pallets rather than being placed in elaborate displays. The environment is functional, and the customer accepts fewer frills in exchange for value. The membership relationship also provides useful information about shopping behavior. Walmart Plus applies subscription logic to the broader Walmart ecosystem. Members receive a bundle of conveniences that can include delivery and other benefits. The immediate revenue from the fee matters, but the larger objective is frequency. A member who opens Walmart's app first may place more orders, consolidate more spending with the company, and become less likely to compare every purchase across competitors. Advertising has become one of Walmart's most important, higher-margin opportunities. Brands already compete for visibility inside stores, but digital shopping creates a measurable marketplace for attention. A supplier can pay to place a product prominently when a customer searches for cereal, shampoo, or a television. Walmart knows that the shopper is close to making a purchasing decision, which makes that advertising space valuable. The economics are different from selling merchandise. Walmart does not need to own another box of cereal to display a sponsored result. It already has the app, website, traffic, and transaction data. Operating an advertising platform requires technology and sales teams, but it avoids many costs of physical retail. In fiscal 2026, Walmart said its global advertising business grew 37%, including the effect of Vizio, while Walmart Connect in the United States grew 41%. Vizio extends this strategy into connected television. The logic is not merely to sell television sets. A smart TV platform can provide advertising inventory and a continuing relationship after the hardware leaves the store. Hardware margins may be competitive, while advertising and platform economics can continue over time. The opportunity is large, but so are the risks. Viewers expect privacy, advertisers demand measurement, and technology platforms face intense competition. Walmart also operates a third-party marketplace. Independent sellers can list products that Walmart may not stock directly. This expands online selection without requiring Walmart to buy every item. The company can earn referral fees and offer fulfillment or other services. The seller carries much of the inventory risk, while Walmart supplies traffic, payments, trust, and a digital storefront. The marketplace can improve margins, but quality control is essential. Counterfeit goods, poor delivery, unsafe products, or misleading listings can damage Walmart's reputation even when an outside seller caused the problem. The company must balance selection with enforcement. If rules are too weak, customers lose trust. If they are too complicated or expensive, good sellers may choose another platform. Behind every sale is one of the world's largest supply chains. Distribution centers receive products in huge quantities, sort them, and send them toward stores. Trucks must arrive at the correct time. Refrigerated goods must remain cold. Weather, fuel prices, labor shortages, ports, and supplier failures can interrupt the flow. Walmart's scale provides negotiating power and operational data, but a disruption can also affect thousands of locations. Labor is another defining cost. Walmart employs roughly 2.1 million associates worldwide. Stores need cashiers, shelf stockers, pickers, managers, pharmacy staff, maintenance workers, and security. Distribution and technology operations add more roles. Raising wages can increase costs immediately, but weak staffing can produce empty shelves, slow checkout, poor online picking, theft, and unhappy customers. The cheapest labor schedule is not necessarily the most profitable one. Shrink, which includes theft, fraud, damage, and administrative errors, quietly reduces retail profit. If a product disappears after Walmart paid the supplier, the company loses both the item and the expected margin. Security measures can reduce losses but also cost money and inconvenience on us shoppers. Locking products behind cabinets protects inventory while making purchases slower. Management must find a balance between access and control. Real estate is both an advantage and a burden. Large stores require land, buildings, parking, lighting, heating, cooling, property taxes, repairs, and insurance. A productive location generates enormous sales and can serve online customers nearby. A weak location traps capital in an expensive building. Walmart owns some properties and leases others, so its obligations vary, but the network requires continuous investment. Price competition remains relentless. Grocery margins are thin, and customers can switch between supermarkets, discount stores, warehouse clubs, delivery apps, and online marketplaces. Walmart's low-price identity limits how easily it can pass higher costs to shoppers. When wages, transport, food, or tariffs rise, the company may absorb part of the increase to protect its value reputation. That can support market share while pressuring short-term profit. Private label products can improve the equation. Walmart can work with manufacturers to sell goods under store-owned brands. By removing some brand marketing expense and controlling specifications, it can offer lower prices while potentially earning a better margin. But Walmart assumes more responsibility for quality and reputation. A failed national brand affects one supplier. A failed store brand directly weakens the retailer's promise. Pharmacy and health services bring traffic and diversify the basket, but they operate under complex regulation. Prescription economics depend on reimbursement, purchasing agreements, labor, and compliance. Healthcare mistakes carry consequences far beyond a normal retail return. These services can deepen customer relationships, yet they require trained professionals and careful oversight. Financial services, money transfers, prepaid products, and related offerings can serve customers who already visit stores. Each service may produce fees without requiring much shelf space. However, financial products bring fraud, regulation, and consumer protection risk. Walmart's trusted physical presence is useful, but trust can disappear quickly if customers feel confused or treated unfairly. Cash flow is another advantage of scale. Customers usually pay immediately, while Walmart may pay suppliers later under agreed terms. Fast inventory turnover can create strong working capital economics. But cash must also fund inventory, store improvements, automation, technology, acquisitions, and shareholder returns. Massive revenue does not mean every dollar is available to owners. Walmart's capital spending increasingly connects physical and digital retail. Automated distribution centers, store remodeling, pickup areas, data systems, and e-commerce capacity require billions before the benefits appear. Automation can reduce repetitive work and improve accuracy, but it can also be expensive, difficult to deploy, or poorly matched with demand. The return depends on utilization over many years. International operations add growth and diversification, but consumer habits, regulations, currencies, labor markets, and competitors differ by country. A format that succeeds in the United States may fail elsewhere. Currency movements can change reported results even when local sales improve. Walmart has learned that global scale does not eliminate the need for local judgment. The company's central risk is complexity. It is simultaneously a grocer, general retailer, warehouse club, marketplace, delivery network, advertiser, technology operator, and financial services distributor. These activities can support each other, but they also compete for investment and management attention. A cheap grocery basket may attract traffic that later produces membership, advertising, marketplace, or delivery revenue. Yet every added service creates another system that can fail. This explains why Walmart's future is not only about opening more stores. The company wants each customer visit to produce more economic value. The store generates product sales. The app generates data and convenience. Membership generates recurring fees. Advertising monetizes attention. Marketplace services monetize outside sellers. Fulfillment uses the physical network. Connected television can create additional advertising inventory. The final lesson is that Walmart's enormous revenue is built on narrow retail economics supported by scale. Its advantage comes from purchasing power, inventory speed, dense store coverage, habit, and trust. Its opportunity comes from layering higher-margin businesses onto traffic that already exists. Its danger is that low prices leave little room for operational mistakes. So how does Walmart actually turn low prices into billions? It buys at extraordinary scale, moves inventory quickly, brings customers back through groceries, uses stores as local fulfillment hubs, collects membership fees, sells digital visibility, expands selection through third-party sellers, and invests in systems that make each transaction slightly more efficient. No single basket explains the machine. The billions emerge when tiny advantages repeat across hundreds of millions of weekly customer visits.